even though the party has never stopped. And my phone gonna get a little juice today. Maybe. Maybe, just maybe. There we go. And that is not plugging like I thought it was gonna plug. Huh. Was good though. All right, we are live on YouTube for the YouTube people. I'm sure that Twitch will be here soon and very soon. That is Reggie hopping into the chat. I'm gonna try that again because the first time did not take. Chinese weather balloons might be up early this morning. Oh, there we go.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Hold on. Device control.
Yeah, definitely
wanted to go
hold on to your love. You got to hold on. Hold on. There we go. Hear me now? There we go. Josh, what's good, my brother? Me and Josh had a brief conversation on yesterday. I told him I think that I should be a GM for the NFL. I really wanted Jalen Carter and I wanted Kyle Hamilton. And I think that I had the Falcons selected one of those, you might have one of the best defenses future facing for a very long time in the NFL. Unfortunately, my opinion was not asked. So it didn't happen.
Man,
Try
I
again.
cannot get this to go through the headphones for some reason.
Hold on to your love. You got to hold on. Do, 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 do. I don't got no answer for that, brethren. Brethren?
F it, we ain't gonna do that.
You said what?
Nah, I'm getting phone calls, getting texts, asking me questions.
It's amazing how you do the same thing every Saturday morning for like almost 2 years at this point. And then every time people wait till Saturday, I'm like, hey, what are you doing? The same thing I've been doing every week, Pinky. But you can't say that because those are people who love you and care about you unconditionally. Just humans being human.
Yeah, at this point it is what it is. You can't get mad. Only roll with the punches. Right?
And I'm also at the age where I have a bunch of cords and chargers, and then they're in a bag, they go into another bag. I'm at that age.
All right.
With that bag with all them chargers in it.
Yes, sir. I think we're all set up now.
Let's go. Well, the fun part about this is it's NFL and it's NFL only, ladies and gents. We are picking some games that matter, some games that don't. This is a better week of football than I think last week. I think the last week kind of made itself impressive, but mostly was just games that did not matter too much.
In last week, case, it was surprising. It was surprising. You had Broncos versus Texans that turned out to be as good as we thought it was going to be.
That was the game that we told y'all to watch, though. That was the one I said, hey, man, if you got some time and you can make it happen, this is the one you should watch with your family and friends because this is going to be a really, really good damn game. Once again, D'Amico Ryans has my vote. Shane Steichen has next in line for my votes for coaches of the year. I think they're doing a ton with very, very. Now, D'Amico, I'm not going to say he's doing it with very little because I think that he's doing it with a lot. But
D'Amico came into a really good situation.
Yes. But he came into a good situation and did what was asked of him. So a lot of people who come into good situations and they're just terrible at their job. You're not good. You never were going to be good. And you just suck in general. So yeah, you're right. He has done what's asked of him, but a lot of people, I mean, hell, we still wonder if our coach is going to do what's asked of him.
Who's wondering?
Oh, you're right. Fair enough. Fair enough. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get this party started. Y'all see Florida season over with. So I brought the Florida stuff back now. Now
that's
the season
right.
over. Yeah, now,
I ain't even think. I thought y'all season over with. Is it over?
Okay, all right. First game on the docket, Sunday,
That was a
December 10th.
sincere question.
Boy, get the hell away from me. Y'all season over with too. Hell, that unnecessary bowl y'all going to. No. We are not starting with no Patriots and Steelers. We are
What
starting
unnecessary bowl y'all going to?
It's a bowl of Fruity Pebbles. It's a bowl of Cinnamon Toast Crunch. They can go bowling if they want to.
The Bowl-orama, shout it.
Yeah, Bolero. You can go to Bowl-orama, Bolero. You can go wherever you want to. But the game that we really care about, and this is a very, very serious game because it is an NFC matchup. I will say that the air is fantastic, standing on top of the NFC South. One thing about our conference is it's terrible. But if you're going to be anywhere, you want to be on top of the terrible. This week, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, aka the Baker Bucks, will be coming to Atlanta to play at noon. And right now, like I told you, we're on top of the NFC South. AJ Terrell, I think
everybody's out for the Falcons. Everybody is out except for AJ Terrell. Everybody else. Daniel Onyemata, Caden Ellis. There's like 3 more. Everybody's hurt for this game. I think go ahead.
We're gonna make it rock with what we got, man.
I think it was supposed to be. Oh, go ahead.
AJ Terrell being out was scary. Him being back. Yeah, I had to check something. But for me, AJ Terrell being back makes me way more comfortable. Mike Evans is still having a Mike Evans season. He's Mr. 1,000 yards every season for as long as you can do it. And with AJ Terrell, that could be relatively problematic. But he is back. We got Okudah. We got Clark Phillips from Utah. I feel confident we win this game.
I like that kid, Clark Phillips. Clark Phillips, he does get aggressive, which will. He got a couple penalties, but that comes with the territory when you're a rookie. The fact that what do they always tell our coaches? Coaches used to always tell us, just go out there and play. If you make a mistake going 100 miles an hour, I'm going to be upset, but make it full speed. And Clark Phillips played full speed that whole game. I like D. Alford, and I like Clark Phillips, and I like Jeff Okudah, and I like AJ Terrell. There's not enough space for all of them. Because if Clark Phillips is playing the way he is right now, he's got to be the dime back. He's got to be the dime back easily.
I agree with what you said, but at the end of the day, man, we don't have the luxury of not. If you're a good player, we're gonna get you in there, dog. You're gonna need some rotation. It's a long football season. If we got 5 guys for 4 positions, I feel super comfortable about that. That's what it's gonna take. That's what our defense is. I mean, if you really look at the defensive line. Nobody minus Grady who's out, can really stand up there and say, hey, no, this is me all the time. Everybody else rotate. And even him, you're gonna rotate him in and out. This is what our team is until we get a dynamic quarterback. Once we get a dynamic quarterback, then at that point, then certain people can start saying, hey, man, I need you to shut the hell up. Until then, right now, this is a team by committee at every position. It's a running back by committee. It's a wide receiver committee with tight ends included. It's a quarterback committee. I mean, whoever's available, that's who's going to play. At the end of the day, that's what it is. There is nobody on this field except for maybe AJ Terrell, who can say, I'm supposed to be on the field every play.
Jesse Bates.
Everybody. Oh, my bad. My humblest apologies. You're right. 3 forced fumbles, 3 interceptions. The only person in the NFL who do that, the godfather of the defense. Thoughts and prayers. Whatever Jesse says, Jesse goes. And shout out to Terry Fontenot again for picking him up. But I've been saying all this to say Falcons. Yeah,
I'm going Falcons here. Over under is 40.5. We only have us as a 2.5 point favorite. Missing.
They can hold that.
Missing AJ Terrell, I think, will loom large because.
Wait, he's hurt?
He was hurt. If he practiced, he'll probably play. But Mike Evans right now has 61 receptions, 1,000 yards, and 10 touchdowns, and we're a little over 2/3 of the season. So he still has, 100. He's probably going to get to 100 receptions. He's probably going to get to 1,500 yards and a couple touchdowns. If we can, that's basically their only. That's their only threat.
I think that he practiced yesterday. I think that he plays.
I agree. So yeah, we going Falcons here. I think the Falcons cover the line. I think we win by more than 2.5. That means they got us winning by a field goal or losing. I think we end up winning by 10 points. I think Baker Mayfield is going to give us a couple interceptions.
AJ Terrell's list is questionable ahead of Sunday's game against the Buccaneers. The all-pro cornerback seems to be trending in the right direction to play this weekend as he went from logging a limited practice session on Thursday to a full workload on Friday. Nonetheless, he still has a clear concussion protocol. If unable to do so, the job will go to the people who you said, D. Alfred, Clark Phillips. We'll see more work. Hey, man, that's the reason you got to have a full room, especially as a team we're just competing at this point. We are 6-6. I will say congratulations being 4-2 at home. That's half the battle. Win the games at the house. Next up, Lions versus Bears. I am going to tell you I'm apprehensive to pick this. I look at this, and I have common sense. So it says pick the Lions. Trust the Lions. Dan Campbell, Jared Goff should get it done. They've been getting it done pretty regularly. They've gotten it done more than they typically. I mean, they've gotten it done more than they have in the past when I talk about the Lions. But every time that I put a shekel of faith in the Lions, they play. Every time.
Not a shekel.
One measly shekel. Russ, what's good, brother?
Good, Russ.
But yeah, I went to New Orleans and told my family, oh, man, the Lions, that's it. And they got whooped by the Ravens like 40-0. Lamar might have had 1,000 yards. And the Bears are stupid, but I think Justin Fields maybe comes back, and I think that he's trying to put good tape on so he can find his way out of here. I don't think that he wants to stay in Chicago anymore. And I think that it's probably a time to part ways, and we would love to have him. Yes, right here in Atlanta. I'm picking the Lions in this game, but don't bet this game because the Lions are wild cards, and they do stupid things at stupid times.
So I agree with you. This is a hard game to pick because we are now entering into the latter part of the season. The latter part of the season, I like to call for the terrible teams preseason part 2. When you're a terrible team not going to the playoffs, you're playing for a spot. You are playing for another team. You are auditioning. So you're going to go play for a contract. You are playing your heart out. And on the road, the Lions, they are 5-1 away. But they have faltered. Jared Goff started out, they were like MVP. He's in the MVP discussion. And then he's tapered off. And I will say, he does seem to have the fourth quarter comeback gene with the Lions. Dan Campbell has instilled a lot of belief in that team.
They're not quitters. They're not quitters. Now, sometimes I think they're more like absent-minded, or they'll like just not
know any better.
Absent-minded, not execute those type of things. Damn, he should lose that kneecap. But I do think they play tough. They don't quit. And Dan Campbell, I don't think allows you to do that. But I got the Lions in this one. Who you got?
I got Lions. Common sense tells me to pick the Lions. The Lions have the better passing game, the better running game, the better defense. But y'all be careful. I wouldn't bet Vegas on that.
Oh no, I wouldn't bet many. Next up, this is a very interesting game.
Before we go, this was a Vegas game too. This was definitely a Vegas game. The over-under was 30 points. They had 31 points at halftime. That's a Vegas game. Don't tell me no different. The mob. Nope, you out of there. Next game.
Yeah, please. You don't find a way to offend a group that is dangerous here on this podcast. You like to go right to the top of the list. But next up, we are picking Colts versus Bengals. This is actually a trick back game for sure. Like I told y'all to start the show, Shane Steichen has coached his ass off with this Indianapolis Colts team. They had the Jonathan Taylor fiasco to start the season between him and Jim Irsay. They finally got him signed to a contract. Then immediately, Anthony Richardson, after him playing well without Jonathan Taylor, he goes down and is out for the season with a shoulder injury. Shane Steichen has taken Gardner Minshew and molded him into what looks like at least one of those bottom tier give them a shot quarterbacks. to start next season. I don't see that there's a way where Gardner Minshew doesn't get a starting job. And if he doesn't get a starting job, he can definitely come be a backup in Atlanta. We'd love to have him. That is a hell of an insurance policy.
So this bargain bin shopping out here.
Boy, hey, we'll scoop you out of any bin. And I'm talking about reach down in that, you know, when Walmart used to have that DVD and it used to be the worst things in the world. That is where we're looking for quarterbacks. So I like the Colts in this game, but Jake Browning had a hell of a game last week and was able to beat the Jaguars. So I don't think that he can play that well again. He played
law of averages.
I don't see him going for 32 or 37, 354 yards, another touchdown. But I do know that Jamar Chase, I know that T. Higgins will be back. I know that, you know, they got Tyler Boyd. Those guys are competing to get paid, and somebody is going to be out of that stable.
T. Higgins got paid.
T. Higgins got paid. Jamar Chase got paid. So Tyler Boyd is the guy who'll be looking for another place somewhere.
I feel like that is a known fact all through that locker room.
So, but you know, that's gonna have people be highly motivated. This should be an interesting game, but I'm not going away from what I know that works. And you're right, like you said, law of averages. If he pull another 354 game, he gonna walk himself into getting the job at the end of the season. But I'm picking the Colts in this. Who you got?
I think the Bengals, while they did have a great game against the Jaguars, they were going to lose that game because, I mean, Trevor Lawrence was right on his way to marching them down the field again until he got hurt. And the game switched when Trevor Lawrence went out the game because they were basically trading scores, which means the Bengals defense is not that great. Shane Steichen and that offense, now, I think Jonathan Taylor is out, if I'm not mistaken.
Let's look.
I believe Jonathan Taylor, he just had something this week. He had some type of something on the finger or something like that. But if I believe Jonathan Taylor is out.
Whoa. Oh, you know what? All bets off. Jonathan Taylor out with the thumb injury.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
EJ Speed questionable. Braden Smith offensive tackle out. Juju Brent's cornerback questionable. This is a do not bet for me. Stay away from this. Everybody heard.
I'm probably taking the Bengals just because everybody's out and they're at home. So I'm gonna take the Bengals here now that everybody's hurt.
Yeah, and don't watch this game for sure.
But Shane Steichen though, I know if we know that he's in the running for Coach of the Year, he knows he's in the running for Coach of the Year, which means he may come out there and coach a hell of a game.
I'm going to tell you right now, if I'm Shane Steichen at the end of this season, I want a new contract.
Pull a James Harden and be like, yeah, hey, I ain't signed up for this. You need to pay me 50 more.
Yeah. And D'Amico, I basically sanitized your organization in both cases in less than 12 months. Throw me some old bread, dog. I think that's fair.
It should be.
I'm a firm believer of paying for the services rendered. And in this case, I think the services are good. Next up, we have the Jacksonville Jaguars versus Cleveland Browns. And I want to be sure about this, but I think that Trevor Lawrence is
I think he's going to I think he's trying to play.
Ooh, questionable. Now,
either way,
I'm going to tell y'all first. Yeah, I mean, okay. So, Travis Etienne, questionable. Christian Kirk, so hurt. He's on injured reserve. Trevor Lawrence, questionable.
He had a core injury.
Yeah. Sorrell was good. So, I mean, what is this? Calvin Ridley versus the Browns?
Well, I mean, so it's a hurt Trevor Lawrence or no Trevor Lawrence versus Joe Flacco, who is 39 years old.
Well, I'm going to tell you, 39 years old. He learned how to cook last week. The boy was cooking. So.
But one thing the Jaguars have is an athletic front. Ain't no running away. Like, you have to be on time.
Hold on. Let me get the update on Amari Cooper too, because I think that he was hurt last week, but I'm not sure if he's still injured. Due to questionable concussion. This is nasty work because you got to pass the concussion protocol. I don't have an answer for that. But my gut tells me to go with the Browns in this game. I think that their defense is too ferocious. I don't think the Jaguars, minus Christian Kirk, maybe you get a Trevor Lawrence. I'm going to tell you, y'all should learn from the Bengals and do not play your hurt quarterback when your hurt quarterback is hurt, when you're still trying to compete. Give him the week off. Go to 8-5. You're fine at 8-5 in the AFC South. You're safe. All you really worried about is the Colts. Titans toast. And who's the other team in the AFC South?
I'm about to say, if the Colts win, if they pull this off, they'll be 8-5, and they only have one loss in the South.
That's fine. You got to beat them.
The tiebreaker.
Yeah. Take the week. So I'm picking the Browns in this. Who you got, Reg? Go ahead.
Ugly game. This is an ugly game. Ugly game.
Tis ugly.
But with all the weapons hurt by the Jaguars, if everybody was healthy, this would be a tough game for the Jaguars. With all these people hurt, and Myles Garrett and all them playing the way they are.
Oh, pump fake Garrett.
I got the Browns at home in the snow against a tropical team. Yeah. I'm going with the Browns. I'm going with the Browns.
Y'all might look like Urban coaching today. Did I say that out loud? My bad.
Everybody loses. We ain't fuck. Screw them all. We don't like them. I hope they get a 0 to -0. I don't even know what a -0 is, but I know I can see them. It's the Panthers and the Taints. They're both -0s. They're not even infinity. They're negative infinity. They are awful. They are terrible. 1-11, which we knew what they were. I'm never going to let you forget Bucky Brooks at NFL Network that y'all picked the Panthers to win the division. I told y'all they was trash. 1-11 may be the worst possible flop of a pick for a division winner in NFL history, followed by the Taints. I told y'all Derek Carr wears mascara and he still can't see. I told y'all Derek Carr is awful. Jameis Winston is out there freestyling to Atlanta beats. I told y'all Alvin Kamara is up there mad at everybody. I'm telling you, it is over. They booed. I have friends. We know about anything New Orleans. One thing that they do is stand by their team no matter what. They booed Derek Carr. They booed the coach. They brought out the paper bags. Let me tell y'all something that warmed my heart and soul. When I saw a Taints fan put on that paper bag, I said,
it's been a long time.
I got another. I told y'all, Michael Thomas. I told you he was going to be broke by week 10. What did I tell you? Week 9, out for the season. I told you. Nobody ever believes me about the NFC South. They are trash. I don't care who wins. I'm picking everybody to lose. I hope everybody lose.
No. Today, I'm a Bryce Young fan.
I ain't a nothing.
Brother Bryce, go out into the world and get your second W. We would truly appreciate it.
It's going to be objective. I'm picking the Saints because they ain't got no offensive line. They got nothing. Did you see Muskie? Did you see the receiver for the Carolina Panthers try to catch the ball in inbounds but jump out of bounds by accident? Like he went like this and jumped out of bounds like he was trying to field a punt on purpose. Saints gonna get their mojo back here. They're gonna be good enough to be terrible. I told y'all.
I really need the Saints to lose because if the Saints win, then we're tied, but we got the tiebreaker. But right now, if they lose and the Bucks lose, we really put at least a little bit of space between us. So
Saints are 5-7. If they win, you're assuming we win. We're still a game ahead.
Yeah, I mean,
you saying you're not assuming we're gonna win?
I'm the insurance man. I believe in the insurance policy, boy. I believe in coverage. If there's one thing I believe in, it's full coverage. They ain't get to rental. And uninsured motorists, because people be out here tricky. So let's go Panthers. Hold your boy down. Your QBR right now is 32.8. So there's room for improvement. Let's go, Bryce. I wouldn't bet this game for sure. I'm just gonna put do not bet because I'm not gonna put the Saints next to Reggie's name. I know that won't go well.
No, I put everybody loses. That's what Reggie's pick is.
Next game up, very interesting game here. The Jets are trying to salvage a season, but I think the season is unsalvaged. I think mathematically they can't get back into this. No, they'll probably have to win all the rest of these 4 games. And Zachary Taylor Thomas is starting this week. So D'Amico, do what needs to be done here. Beat the hell out of them. And then Aaron Rodgers, sit your old ass down. Don't try to come back for a team that can't go to the playoffs, big dog. Be real. I'm picking the Texans in this. D'Amico Ryans, another notch in the belt, close to winning Coach of the Year. Salute.
Robert Saleh, come close. Robert Saleh, I'm talking to you. You know that you're not making the playoffs. You are starting a third-string quarterback that you benched twice. After you cut 3 other quarterbacks, 2 other quarterbacks this year. The coaching that you need to do has nothing to do with the games. Only thing you need to do is keep the locker room and talk about tomorrow. You are selling next season right now. Quentin Williams, we trying to get you some incentives. Sauce Gardner, we trying to get you paid. That's what you need to start selling to the Jets. Because this playoff and this put a break product on the field is toast.
Playoff?
You need to get out of there. Listen, if I'm the Jets, I'm normally not a fan of tanking. But if I'm the Jets and I lose the rest of the games,
you're a fan of stanking. You sure a fan of stanking,
bruh, they could get Marvin Harrison Jr. They could get Malik Neighbors. They could get another They could get Michael Penix Jr. They could get a quarterback. They could get an offensive lineman. They could get they don't need nothing on defense, but they could get a guard. They have so many wonders that they could do at the beginning of the draft to add to this team that you could be a better version of the Texans next year. If you take the humility and say, you know what, punt on the season. We'll put out there. We're gonna evaluate everybody. And we're gonna get y'all paid. You got a incentive to start every game of the season. I'll go put you out there for a quarter. Oh, you turned your ankle, out for the game. Cool. Whatever. You don't feel like playing, that's cool. You got your money. That's how you win the locker room. You win the locker room because y'all gonna get smoked by the Texans. Hey. And when I say smoke, I really mean like 13-0 because y'all can't score 13-3, whatever you want to talk about it.
It's finna be smoking that jetpack.
Boy, y'all about to be awful.
Well, smoke that jetpack finna take off, boy.
You got to throw. I mean, I would rather have C.J. Stroud throwing against Sauce Gardner than Zachary Taylor Thomas throwing against Derek Stingley Jr. And that's the end of it. Garrett Wilson is going to get his. He played really well against the Falcons for a quarter, and then they couldn't throw the ball no more because that's what happens. And the Texans and Will Anderson Jr., let me tell you something. Mekhi Becton, the left tackle that got Aaron Rodgers hurt, that they talked about all during Hard Knocks, is like, hey, he needs to get better. Hey, this and 3 plays in, they tore that Achilles. Let me tell you somebody that's going to whoop your ass on Sunday. Will Anderson Jr. about to come up there, put them paws on you, and look, Zachary Taylor Thomas gonna be running back and forth. Garrett Wilson, I love you, brother. You and George Pickens may have had the worst receiving draft luck ever. And I'm taking it. I said all that to say I'm taking the Texans in a slobber knocker of a blowout, 17-6.
God, dog. Yeah, I mean, Reggie was being funny, but there's a bunch of bars in there. He's 100% right. You could be the Texans. You have everything minus a quarterback. And if you get a quarterback, and I would say you probably need to draft one because your quarterback is old and you need to draft one for the future. Don't be the Steelers and wait until you don't have a quarterback and wait for Ben Roethlisberger to be sorry as hell and then get a little hand picked and try to fix it. Now you gotta hope you gotta stop your receiver from punching Lil Hand Pickett in the face.
All of them. All the receivers.
And the best, and I'm gonna tell you, best thing to happen to Kenny Pickett was getting hurt. Now, hey, not my fault. I hope he mad at somebody else.
Hey Mitch, come on in, brother.
Yeah, hey, I know you came from the Bears. You happy to be anywhere else.
Yeah.
Moving on, next game. Rams versus Ravens.
Intriguing game.
Rams. No, it ain't. Puka Nacua, you probably gonna get 101 yards because that's what you do. And the Rams are old as hell. They're beat to shit. and they are no longer the team that they used to be. I don't trust them. They are gas station sushi. They are a terrible team in a nice house. No, Lamar finna get there and start doing the Park City Shuffle, whatever the people in Baltimore be doing when they start bobbing and like that. Oh, they finna run it up on you. It's finna be bad on the Rams. This is gonna be, they're gonna batter this old man. Because the defense is good. Kyle Hamilton playing out of his mind. That defense continues to step up and move in the right direction. Bad night for the Rams. At least and y'all play at 1:00. Oh, so this got to be in Baltimore. Oh, y'all can get home. Y'all could be back in LA you can sleep in your bed on Sunday. That's the best thing that's gonna happen to you.
So I didn't know Puka Nacua had 77 catches for 1,029 yards.
I don't want to hear that. Puka Nacua is the greatest wide receiver in NFL history. Only next to who? Cooper Kupp.
I don't know what offense they running, but because Matt Stafford only got 16 touchdowns, 9 interceptions, and 2,700 yards. But it seemed like he must be throwing to 2 people and nobody else. And
I told you, the man is a savant. He will make a receiver. He found this man at BYU. Name another receiver that came from BYU that you've ever cared about. Now you know that's where Zachary Taylor Thomas came from. So you know we don't trust BYU already. Oh, wait, ain't Tyler Algier from BYU too? My bad. Humblest apologies. Tyler. But no, at the end of the day, I believe that Sean McVay can make a receiver out of anybody.
I mean, and they're 6-6, 3-3 away. Like they are the epitome of mid right now.
Mid-a-roni.
The thing about the Ravens, though, and what has been the renaissance has been the coming of age for the Rams is their young secondary has gotten better and better and better. A dude from South Carolina State, the Jacoby Durant. Kendricks from UGA. They got a couple safeties and they got a couple running backs. Williams is doing pretty well, but I don't even think the Ravens probably throw for a lot of yards this game because Mike Andrews is hurt and all of that. I think the Ravens just bully ball the Rams all through the field and they win. The Ravens win this game by 10 points.
I think that's
being nice.
I don't think that's enough. I don't think that's nearly enough. Lamar, this is a chance for you to run it up, and you should. I'm going to leave it there. Next game here, Minnesota with Josh Jacobs playing quarterback, and the Las Vegas Raiders with nobody knows the name of their quarterback because Jimmy G has been fired. I would assume with Justin Jefferson being back, the Vikings are the favorite, but I don't.
3-point favorite.
I'm going with the Vikings, but I wouldn't bet my money. I wouldn't bet my money on this. I wouldn't spend my attention span watching it. I'm not picking the Raiders for nothing.
I mean,
and I like Antonio Pierce. Really like him. Future Raiders coach Anthony Pierce. Let me be very clear about that.
You got Devontae Adams.
I don't care if you got Devontae from Jodeci.
You got Devontae Adams versus Justin Jefferson. You have Josh Jacobs against that running game for the Vikings. They run like a two-headed monster there. The tight ends for the Vikings, Hawkinson is pretty good. No, he plays for the Lions now. No, he plays for the Vikings. The outlier is the quarterback. If Josh Dobbs just doesn't make any mistakes, the Vikings should win this game. But I think the Raiders are good enough to beat. I mean, it's 5-7, 6-6. I think the Raiders are good enough to beat this team. Who's the Raiders DBs? They got none, huh? They can't have none. Be 5-7. I'm going with This is an ugly game here. I'm going to go Raiders at home. When I can't decide, I always pick the home team. I'm going Raiders at home.
Oh, let's bet a 6-pack.
6-pack. Bet it up. Bet it up. Bet it up.
Forward. Reg and the Raiders. 6-pack, boy. We are really scraping the bottom of the barrel to be betting this game, boy. Next up, Seahawks versus the 49ers. Seahawks, I think you're a decent team. This is a bad day. I ain't got too much to tell you other than you finna get your ass whipped. The 49ers are the best team in football until proven otherwise. And yeah, y'all know what it is. Y'all saw what they did to the Eagles. What you think they finna do to the Seahawks?
And the Cowboys.
Ding, 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 ding.
Let me tell y'all something. It's the 49ers are the big, strong bully that doesn't realize that they're the big, strong bully. And then they've realized now that they're the big, strong bully. Like
I was about to say, tell Fred Warner that I think that he understands.
I think the 49ers, in the way that they played, they tried to be finesse. They tried to Christian McCaffrey screen and run the ball and all that stuff. They showed up to Philly with black Air Force One cleats. Deebo Samuel, the greatest back up my shit talk game of all time in the NFL, other than the guarantee by Joe Namath.
He got with it.
They went out there with a purpose, and they seem to have realized, hey, if we just beat up everybody, there's nothing that they can do.
Everybody in the face.
It's nothing. George Kittle. They all them corners and fancy option routes. They made George Kittle just run it out and run over three Eagles, run it in, run over the linebacker for the Cowboys, who's now out for the season. Like, they have realized that we just beat people up. The defense already beat people up, and now Javon Greenlaw is even madder because the Eagles security got him kicked out the game. So he gonna come back with a vengeance. Linebackers are crazy.
And he will be fine today. So yeah, he's gonna have plenty of
linebackers are crazy anyway. They make up anger and beef situations just to get upset. I mean, and it's a division game. They gonna beat the shit out of Seattle. Listen.
Hope y'all have fun. Hope y'all enjoy yourselves. Let me see if this is another up. Yeah, I hope y'all enjoy y'all time in Frisco. Hopefully y'all might get back tonight. It might be late, but
y'all might as well just go ahead and schedule dinner afterwards. Y'all need to worry about the plans after, because they're in the game. You don't even bring the game plan. Punt. That's what y'all need to do. Punt.
Yeah, y'all. I hope y'all was already there. Maybe went to the Warriors game last night. The Warriors game was lit. OKC and the Warriors went into overtime. So I'm just trying to find small victories so y'all can say that y'all enjoyed y'all time there, because that 60 minutes of football is gonna be terrible. Thoughts and prayers in advance.
I think DK has a decent game though, but yeah, it's over with.
Next up, Buffalo versus Kansas City. This is a tricky game because Josh Allen needs to really get it together. If you have any hopes of keeping Stephon Diggs on his team, then they need to win this game. The Chiefs, Isaiah Pacheco is out. Looks like Clyde will take the lion's share of the carries this week. I think Justin Ross comes back this week, who is a wide receiver, but I like in name only. This is a tough game, and the Chiefs need a receiver. And I mean, this is the first time, I hate to say it, but Kelsey looking his age. I think that not having a receiver makes it exponentially worse.
Blame Taylor Swift.
Nah, that's her first loss last week. So nah, she ain't the problem. Y'all know I'm rocking with the Chiefs, especially at home. But the Bills are also built to play there. They're uniquely prepared to play in the cold and to play in loud home places.
The Bills are the better team. The Bills are the better team. The Bills just have turnover issues. If they didn't have the turnovers, the Bills would be 9-2, 9-3, 10-2.
And you can't do that with Mahomes. You know you can't do that with Mahomes. You can't give Mahomes that many opportunities, and he's going to need them all. But who you got?
I don't believe in the Josh Allen.
Pick the Bills.
He seems like he's mentally out of it. The Bills' defense
come
is
on.
so bad. Their secondary is awful, which is.
But the Chiefs don't score. No, the Chiefs don't scare no points in the second half. So, and they don't have who the secondary got to guard? Running backs.
I'm gonna take the Bills here. I'm gonna step out.
All right, let's bet 6. Let's bet 6. I mean, we both risking it here.
And just to let y'all know, we decided. I don't know if I think we decided, but if we win, we'll send it all to the SplashCast. All winnings that you or money owed go to the SplashCast. If we lose, you gotta pay that money out your personal.
Yeah.
So I'm going Bills here. 6-pack.
Next up, so we got 2 6-packs right now: Vikings, Raiders, Bills, Chiefs, and these are boy. We're gonna see who know. Next up, Broncos versus Chargers. I see these are 2 teams trending in opposite directions. Reggie has made it very clear that he believes that the Chargers coach is a zombie.
Dead man walking.
Borrowed time. He will be one of the first let go.
Time up.
You know, get the waitress. Hey, wrap me up. Paying with my card. I'm paying with my card. Just come on and don't leave. Don't leave. Because I hate when they bring you the receipt and you got the card in hand. Go ahead and swipe my card right now. Let's get this and bring it right back. I'm picking the Broncos in this. I think Russell Wilson. And they're playing at the Chargers, so the Broncos fans will be there. So this will be another home game for the Broncos. Oh yeah, Broncos.
How are the Chargers so bad? How?
Coaching. This is the difference between DeMeco Ryans and I can't remember the young Chargers coach right now. Yes. Is you got to do well with what you have. Imagine if you gave DeMeco Ryans the Chargers.
Justin Herbert has 3,000 yards passing, 20 touchdowns, 6 interceptions. For reference, they're saying Brock Purdy is one of the MVP candidates. He's at 3,100 yards, 23 touchdowns, 6 interceptions. They're saying Dak Prescott is having a turnaround year, and he's going to get paid. He's at 3,200 yards and 26 touchdowns, 6 interceptions. Justin Herbert is playing by statistically like a top 10 quarterback. Khalil Mack leads the league in sacks. Keenan Allen has 102 receptions and 1,200 receiving yards and 7 touchdowns.
This has been the story of the Chargers since Staley has taken over the Chargers. It doesn't make any sense because if you look at all the statistics, they play well, but they just find ways to lose. He's like the anti-Mike Tomlin, where Mike Tomlin team can be on fire, everything be going wrong, and they find a way to win. Staley gonna find a way to lose. Congratulations, you're gonna find a way to lose this job. Peace.
I can't not pick the Broncos here. You have to pick the Broncos. The Chargers are like on a 4-game losing streak or something like that. Like they are awful, but they're so good. They're so good, but they're awful.
Who you got, man?
I said Broncos. I said I can't not pick the Broncos.
All right,
which is a double negative, but I don't care.
Here we go. Now this is where the people gonna get tight. This is where the people gonna get upset.
Yeah, y'all about to pucker up a little bit.
820 on Sunday night. Let me tell you, you need to be lock, stock, and barrel. You need to be prepared. Oh, I need to check and see, is there a Hawks game during that time? So I can, oh my goodness. That is going to be ace.
And we got a broadcast too.
Oh, that's not the problem. That's the least of my problems. Is that broadcasting? I want to see the broad ass whooping. But I'm gonna tell y'all, Eagles at Cowboys. The Eagles are gonna go to Jerry World and Jerry World. Jerry, it's gonna be bad, and I'm gonna tell you what they've already done to y'all once. They plan to do again.
What did they do before?
Wait. My bad. I got them confused. After that ass whooping they took from the 49ers last week, they're gonna want it back. And you are at the wrong place at the right time. Jalen Hurts is going to try to reestablish dominance in this pack, and you're going to have to pay for it. But I will say, shout out to Dak. You just said he had 6 interceptions on the season. He guaranteed less than 10. On pace. And no hoops games on Sunday. So, yeah, go ahead, order you some pizza, put them games on, and relax.
Headphones died. I had to switch out. You always got to keep the backups ready. The Eagles and the Cowboys played a hell of a game the first game. And if it really wasn't for some mental mistakes of the Cowboys,
their favorite,
they would have won. I mean, Dak stepped out of bounds running for the touchdown at the 1 yard line by accident.
You got the Cowboys? Is that what you're telling me? I got 6 to say. I got the Eagles.
That Eagles secondary has been boo-boo. Not boo-boo, but they Darius Slay has taken a step back. He has lost a step. That cornerback fall off is like running back fall off. When that speed go, you better switch to safety. You can't
be the best cornerback in the NFL for more than a season or two now. Those days of just being the Deion Sanders, the Revis Island, those
not for an extended period.
And you got to think, this is happening in the midst of what I would consider like a defensive renaissance in the NFL. The defenses have won this season more than their offenses. The Falcons have a defense. That's how you know everybody got a defense.
It's hard for me to It's hard for me to pick against Jalen Hurts in his home state in a big game. Division is on the line at this point. Number 2 seed in the league is on the line. It's between 3 teams, 49ers, Eagles, and Cowboys for the number 1 seed in the NFC.
All right, so now you got to think to yourself, rubber meets the road. Who do I trust more?
Dak at home
easy conversation.
Or Jalen? That's what I'm saying. It's hard for me to pick against Jalen because he shows up in big games. He does not show up in big games. And the Eagles have the better team. They have the better defensive line. They have the better wide receivers. The running back is a push. Dak is the better quarterback, and Dak is playing at an insane level right now. But we don't know who else his other receivers are other than who's his other receivers other than CeeDee Lamb? Who? Michael Gallup? Sure.
Who you picking, man? Who you got now?
I don't know. I'm talking myself through it. I got to talk myself through it.
Steady long. Steady long.
I got to go with the Eagles. Sneaky, you want a 6-pack on this? I got to go with the Eagles. I know Sneaky want a 6-pack. I got to go with the Eagles because I believe in Jalen. I don't believe in Jalen Hurts more, but I think the Cowboys don't have the run game that the 49ers do. And the 49ers exposed them by just running right at them. That's all they did. The Cowboys can't do that. So I'm going to pick the Eagles here. I think the Eagles are set up to beat the Cowboys. Another good game, though. Nothing against the Cowboys. Unless Michael Parsons Jr. just decides to take over the game. And Deron Bland has 2 interceptions. That happens, then hey, it's possible. But I'm going Eagles. Sneaky, let us know if you want to bet.
Yep. Next up, 8:15 on Monday. I don't know why there are 2 games at the same time on Monday. I hate this. I think this is stupid, and I hate this. This could have easily been a 12 o'clock game. The Titans 0-6 away. I think they continue being 0-6 away. The Dolphins undefeated at home. I think they continue to be undefeated at home. The Dolphins beat sorry teams. The Titans are a sorry team. Dolphins by a lot. Ding, 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 ding.
Derrick Henry, you should have got out of there, brother. You should have did something. Should have did something. You out there.
You should have got to Dallas
immediately. Tyreek Hill has his sight set on
cooking these Titans
on the
cornerbacks
record.
and trying to get to
He's
8,000
trying
yards.
to he's trying to get to 2,000 yards, and the Titans can't score with him. The Titans can't score with the Dolphins. The Titans can play the perfect game for their style of football, and they'll lose 42-21. There's nothing that they can do, unless what's his name? The defensive tackle, number 98. I can't think of his name right now. He basically is their D lineman.
Mr. of Nazareth.
He played.
Jesus ain't walking down from on high. It ain't gonna happen.
Unless they take Tua out, I got the Dolphins big in this one, man. It's a 13-point favorite, and they probably win by 21.
And then finally, we have another game at the same time, which also could have been a noon game. Packers versus the Giants. I guess Danny DeVito is playing quarterback for the Giants. But Buddy Love, aka Jordan Love, I think he continues to flourish. I think that they need to invest in another top tier receiver next year. I think they found their quarterback. Packers win by 2 touchdowns. Giants suck.
It's kind of a null set for me. I don't null and void game for your boy. I mean, Jordan Love needs to have a good. I don't say needs to. Should continue his upward trajectory against this team. The Giants are basically Saquon Barkley.
Steady.
And the Packers are the youngest team in the league, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe second youngest team. They are the youngest team in the league, which is scary because they could end up, if they win this game, they could sneak into the playoffs, quietly as kept. And I expect them to come out, and Jordan Love seems to have turned the corner. It's like when Matt Ryan figured out Shanahan's system. Jordan Love has done the same thing with LaFleur after being out there, and they are playing well, man. I got the Packers beating the Giants here. I think the Giants put up a good 24 minutes. Good 30 minutes. What's that, half? 15, 30, 45, 60? Yeah, good 30 minutes of football. Now, it might be first and third, second and fourth, first and fourth. I don't know. But that's what you're going to get from it.
Oh, and you got to hope you got the first 2 quarters to at least keep it competitive. I didn't even think about that.
Yep. So,
awesome prayers.
That's who I got, man. We got, what, 3 bets?
Yes. No, 2 bets. Bills to you, Chiefs to me. That's a 6-pack. And then Raiders and Vikings 6-pack. We're going to reach out to Sneak, see if he wants the 6-pack on his Cowboys.
Let's do it, man. Let's do it. Hey, before we go, you see about Trevor Etienne? I don't think that's going to happen, personally, because I don't think it's going to happen. But, because he said he doesn't. Huh?
What do you mean?
Oh, so you didn't see?
The last thing I saw was transfer.
He is projected to transfer to Georgia.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you guys. Y'all be safe. Oh man, I'm gonna be very honest. This show is over. I'm about to go cry. I don't have no other answer. I don't have nothing good to say. I don't have nothing like, you know how typically it's like, hey, yada yada yada. Nah, man, that is the worst case scenario. Like, legitimately, that could happen. I love that guy. I think he should go pro. Honestly, I don't even think you should go back.
Should go to Colorado, like his brother said.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for another Saturday Morning Live. We're gonna go back. There was an episode we had. I'm flabbergasted right now. I'm flustered. I'm hurt. I hate when you do this shit, Reggie. Reggie don't like. We had pre-production. I put together a list like 2 hours ago. Like, hey, list up. At no point did he casually say, hey, man, your boy might be leaving Florida. The guy that you like, between him and Ricky, those are my 2 favorite Gators. And yeah, he might be leaving the Bloods and joining the Crips. So yeah, we had ATL edition that came out Tuesday, SplashCast 24-pack that came out Wednesday, and then the Around the League edition came out Thursday. I'm hurt, y'all. Y'all be safe. Y'all spend time with y'all loved ones. Peace.
Love y'all. See y'all Sunday. See y'all tomorrow. What's that? Saturday? See y'all tomorrow. You know, SplashCast Saturday.